Hello and welcome. My name is Ines Martins. Thank you so much for joining me today. I want to talk a little bit about karmic entanglements. So we all know what karma is. The concept is what goes around comes around. Now, if you take that a little bit further, what that actually means is that it is in reference to all your incarnations and not just right now. Karma is based on the concept, obviously, of various incarnations, and that throughout these incarnations, if, as an example, you murder someone in one incarnation, you will have a debt toward that person in another incarnation. The idea being that eventually everything balances itself out and everything evens itself out. So I want to talk a little bit about karmic ties, what they are, and more specifically what karmic entanglements are. So karmic ties are what connects you with all the people around you and with all the situations you are experiencing and all the life experiences. And the way that this works is there are different types of connections between you and other people. And some of them are very heavy. They're like very dark, heavy ropes. That's the best way to describe them. Either gray, they're usually muddled, sometimes they are even black. And the more karma you have with a certain person or with a certain situation, the thicker these ropes are. The issue with that is that you are unable to move forward when you have that weighing down on you. I like to call these karmic entanglements because that really references to the point that they have, a lot of intricacies that are perhaps not available to the immediate eye. So now I feel that I do need to go a little bit into what type of karmic entanglements there are to give you an idea. So we have the karmic relationships, we have karmic ancestral belief systems and truths, we have karmic templates and blueprints or patterns. So karmic patterns would be something that you do over and over and over again. There are a lot of other ones as well. There's also one that is called karmic and karmically based disease and illness. And so it just gives you a bit of an idea of how far-reaching this is. Now, why would you want to clear this? The simple answer is some of this karma may already be tentatively evened out. However, it's still weighing you down. It is still in your energy field, and it is not allowing you to move forward in the way that you are wanting to move forward. Now, I developed a method with the help of my Akashic team called Karmic Matrix Clearing. And what it does is it goes into all the nooks and crannies, all the different aspects of your karma, and clears out anything that no longer serves you or your highest good. Now, I do want to clarify, this does not, I repeat, does not absolve you of your life lessons. However, what it does do is it helps you in that you become lighter and you are able to see your life lessons much more clearly. Another typical karmic entanglement is karmic victimization and perpetration. This is something that a lot of us are aware of on some level, that we may continuously kind of slip into being a victim or being a perpetrator. It doesn't really matter which one of the two it is. the key here is to understand that this is just simply another pattern, something that we have experienced over various incarnations, and that has become a part of us. It is how we tick. So I'm not just talking about the karmic victimization and perpetration. However, all karmic entanglements in one way or another are what form our character, what form or what create how we tick, how we experience situations, how we interact with others. So the idea of the karmic matrix clearing is to let go of all of what's no longer serving you or your highest good, and then basically infusing you with new and supportive energies. You may be wondering, well, why do I want to do this? Again, these karmic entanglements do not allow you to grow in an easy and effortless way. They really bog you down. They really weigh you down. And as you clear them out, what becomes apparent are, these connections between you and other people or situations that are much lighter, that are made, energetically speaking, of white light rather than the gray or muddled light that we were talking about earlier. The way that I do this is I use the access point of the Akashic Records, specifically the karmic area within your Akashic Records. And what we do is we give directive to the Akashic team and let them know that we would like to remove and resolve any karma that is no longer serving you or your highest good. As we give this directive, each aspect is then highlighted, looked at, and released by the Akashic team. The beauty of this is that you will just feel things such as energy rushes, a few feelings coming through. Sometimes there will be a little bit of sadness or grief, or even anger or frustration. Some of the things that you've held on for such a long time will come up briefly, but as you acknowledge them, they are moved out. And this is truly, truly incredibly healing and helpful for you for the future. Once you've done this, the life lessons become much easier to identify. You no longer have to struggle with just experiencing life from day to day. Now you can get to a point where life lessons come in, you identify them, you're able to identify them, and that's the main difference, because when the karma is still in place, these karmic entanglements, it is very, very hard to actually identify the life lessons. So as it's out, once it's out, the life lessons come through much more easily, can be learned much more easily, and then you can move on. So the first part is, as I said, that you simply give directive to the Akashic team and say, whatever's not for my highest good, whatever no longer serves me, me or my highest good, please clear it out. The second part is that the matrix is actually rewired. And so these connections that you all have are rewired into the unity consciousness grid. That would be, some people would call it the Christ consciousness, others call it the unity consciousness grid, other people call it just the feeling as one, being one. So as you hook into that, and we rewire you to really be in tune with that unity consciousness grid, what happens is that we start giving directive to infuse new energies into you. Some of these energies would be, for example, I am love, I am joy, I am courage, I am the divine feminine, etc. And once this is complete, the process will probably take, depending on where you're at in your life, anywhere from a couple of weeks to 6 or so weeks. And during that time, slowly but surely, all of these karmic entanglements that no longer serve you or your highest good are released. They're removed, they're released. The second part, which is usually after a few days or after a week or even 2 weeks, is that more of these supportive energies are infused into you, into your being, into your body. The final part, which is different for everyone, can lead to you being able to access your higher self more easily, your experiences from other incarnations more easily. However, this is this is a very unique thing, and everyone is different. So some people will just, after the completion, feel a sense of peace and just general integration. They will start seeing shifts in their life after this period of time, and they will experience a flow that has not been available to them previously. So once we have really done all of this and just brought your energy field back into balance, that is when you will start seeing shifts in your life. And I encourage you to think about doing this kind of a clearing if you are ready, but only if you are ready. This is really meant for people who have done quite a bit of work and who are really ready to be free, who are, more than ready to let go of all the junk that's no longer working in their life, and to really say, this is what I want. I want to be free. I am free. Now, I do need the permission of your Akashic team and my own Akashic team to be able to do this. The reason is very simple. It can be a process that, if you're not ready, it could be overwhelming to you. Now, obviously, there is absolutely no interest to do this kind of work if you're not truly ready. We don't want to complicate your life. We want to make it easier. So, anyway, if you would like to have more information on the Karmic Matrix Clearing that I do, please visit my website, which is www.visionarylifeconsultant.com, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.